Okay, it's very late and I'm very tired. Let's burn through some random ghost clips.
Nuke's Top 5 viewer Rianne Maldonado recently sent me a very strange video that is like something right out of a horror movie. Now, Rianne works as a psychic medium, so she is no stranger to the paranormal or the supernatural. One day, while her family is relaxing at home and watching TV, something happens that even freaks her out. Things take a terrifying turn.
They sell it all independent as something quite natural. Everything makes sense. And you're filling up what they call the bridge here. You look this out, and this is good. And the next one, well, it's not quite as good. It didn't quite make sense to you, but you've already paid for the next one, so we do that one.
The bridge, it's a metaphor. Your spirituality, your relationship to others. The person is supposed to become more able as they go up the bridge.
Yeah, okay.
And then the bridge,
Oh my god.
operating based on faith and spiritual. That's the soul of the person.
No one in the room even notices as the creepy head of the styling mannequin seems to just slowly turn to look at the family.
Slowly
But
turn.
it doesn't stop there. The head not only turns, but seems to slowly glance back and forth to take a good look around.
No, it's very clearly on some sort of motor, and if I had to guess by what we're looking at here, that is, we can't see it. To me, that looks like it's stuck on a turntable like a record player.
I hope you enjoy listening to this interview as much as I enjoyed being a part of it. As seen on Netflix's hit series 28 Days Haunted and Travel Channel's The Holzer Files, Shane Pittman is a paranormal investigator who has had profound, unexplained
28 Days Haunted is the craziest thing anyone has ever recorded. John Wolfe has a video that everybody should check out on the 28 Days Haunted series they did on Netflix. It's so ridiculous. I'm pretty sure she actually does acknowledge it. Nuke is like, nobody acknowledges the turning head.
And then the bridge,
No one even notices. And then she's like, the mannequin. Yeah. I'm a psychic, so my reaction is slow because I'm not afraid of these things. I interviewed that guy from 28 Days. There are some times, if you're just looking at something on a screen, there are some things where you just have to use your common sense and your logic. And you can't call it necessarily, like I can't prove that this mannequin head isn't spinning on that table because a ghost did it or didn't do it. However, there's a couple of things that make me sort of suspicious. So they're all doing their own thing. The whole family's here doing their own thing. And you've got him sitting right here on the couch. And there's no side table for him. So instead of him holding whatever this drink is in his hand, this hand or this hand, he's like, with this hand, I'm going to use it to scratch my knee a bit. This hand, instead of holding my drink, I'm going to jam it down into the couch cushion, and I'll just shove my drink right there in my crotch. So horizontally that it's about to spill. Could be empty, but you know what I mean. This hand down here in this, shoved down here is suspicious because in a second we see that he gets up and he's got his phone in it. And the phone is lit up. It's not locked.
Oh my gosh, you are not going to believe what happened in our house the other night. I am a skeptic. Even though I do this crazy kind of work, I'm still very skeptical of things I see on TV, especially, but all kinds of stories that are out there. So you cannot even begin to imagine how I felt the other night in my living room when this event happened. We're all just kind of watching this documentary on creepy Scientology, which makes the event even creepier.
No, it doesn't.
So just keep your eyes on that.
Ghosts and Scientology are two separate fake subjects. Okay, this is the original video. She walks us through it. Mentions at the beginning that she's super skeptical. But, okay. However, I think that the man in the video has his phone in his hand shoved weirdly in between the couch and his thigh, and that's why the drink is so awkwardly in his crotch area, and his other hand is just like doing this thing. But when I went to the original video, I thought maybe we would get the full clip, because a lot of times you do. A lot of times you go to the original and they haven't chopped it up like Nukes or any of the other top fives have sort of chopped it up. But in this one, we see she gives a spiel, and then we see the original, or the first time when the head of the thing first moves. But then right before they all get up and start doing stuff, she comes back in
over there, and she looked at my husband. Somehow we missed it or didn't believe it. We're rationalizing it.
So then we cut back to her face. We should be able to see this whole... There's no reason to cut back to your face. We should be able to see the whole clip. But we come back to it.
Okay, say.
So that's the end of clip 1.
That it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be 2 clips. If the cameras were just rolling, why is there 2 clips? Why wouldn't it just be... Because it's not this... Is it a different evening?
I'm going to show in this period right here, and I don't know why the video cut out, but in this period...
and I don't know why the video cut out. I don't know why it cut out. But then it came back on.
Right here is when I'm like, wait a minute. She just looked over here and she wasn't. In the next video, you're going to see our reactions and see us talking about it like I mentioned before.
Our super genuine reactions. Look, she's even finding it in that... There's that pause. Watch this. It looks like she's like finding the right spot. And then we get the video. And now once we have the video, he's got his phone back in his hand. I believe that the strange cut of the video, which shouldn't exist, and it's not paranormal. So if I say it shouldn't exist and somebody looks at it and goes, well, I know. It shouldn't. His phone is now in his hand. I think that the cut is so that we don't see his phone in his hand under his leg. And look, our can is gone. It's shoved over here so he can use 2 hands on the phone. Why won't this man hold his can?
Here's clip 2. My little girl jumped off the couch, ran over to me. I'm frantically telling my husband, oh my God, she just looked at me. My daughter's covering her mouth.
He's still got the phone in his hand.
Oh my God.
And the screen is on.
He's looking behind. There's nothing there. I'm covering my face like, oh my God, I cannot believe this happened. And now I'm gesturing at the living room camera saying, get your phone. You've got to look at this.
He's had his phone the whole time. I believe he's using his phone to control whatever doohickey that's on that makes it go.
There I am gesturing over and over. My daughter's got her mouth covered. Our hearts, hand over our hearts, we cannot believe what we've just seen. The mannequin moved a total of 5 times that we can see on the video.
Okay, there's another thing here too that is suspicious. This is fake, by the way. And you don't need... I don't need to find fishing line, and I don't need to see that. There are little things when you're watching a video like this where you're not in the room, so you can't go, oh, I have complete evidence. But there's enough here where if you believe this, okay, I guess. Like, there's so many like specific weird things that make it hard to believe. And one of them is that now, I didn't realize this until just a second ago, but we're watching the second clip, which this is all one evening. There's no reason it should have cut in the first place. But in the second clip, we don't get to hear the audio of the clip. We just hear her talking over it.
The mannequin...
So they could be saying, and we heard them earlier talking. Now in this clip, they could be saying anything, and we just wouldn't hear it. This little girl right here could be going, Mom, can you believe that we pulled it off? I can't believe it. That's crazy. And Dad could be right here uploading it to YouTube as we speak. You know what I mean? Like, we could hear it earlier and we can't hear it now. you could if you're, I mean, it would be way more wild to me to say, well, she said the camera cut out, so it must have. And when it came back, maybe you just didn't hear any audio on it because of the paranormal. But that's not how this stuff works, man. It's not. The camera didn't cut. She just said, well, and the camera cut. That was weird. Like, there was no defense. There was no. Yeah, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I believe. Again, I'm not there, but I believe he had his hand shoved in here, and he was using his phone to turn. I don't know if it's like a record player, like a turntable or something that you can go back and forth on. This looks like a table that might be used for something like that, or if it's just a doohickey that you can mess with your phone. We don't see his phone. The can in the crotch is strange, um, and then when he gets up, he's got the phone in his hand, and we don't see it get pulled out from behind the cushion because the video randomly stopped and came back like a second later. You could have just done this whole thing without him in the room. You know, if you wanted it to be more believable, you just spin a story about how he's not home or he doesn't exist. You know what I mean? This kid over here that was on her phone could have been doing it. That's another thing. She could have also been doing it. But I think it was him, and he was hiding his phone, which you wouldn't have to do. Too much nonsense. Also, the whole 28 days haunted thing. I'm spending too much time on this because it's very short. It's done. That's it. That's it, by the way. That is proof. And I believe in it now. I just want to say that I believe now that this mannequin head twisting on something we can't see, on a surface that we don't get a view of, with people that are hiding phones and a camera that cuts out in very specific and key moments and then comes back but has no audio. I believe that means, this means, when I die, my spirit will remain on Earth and I will be able to move things.
A Michigan woman says that recently very odd things have been happening around her home. She says that the bizarre incidents have even begun to upset her loyal dog, Gunther.
The dog thing drives me crazy. Maybe this dog... Maybe this dog.
Okay, I'm so crazy, right? Here you go. Baby, it's
That was a really aggressive way to start the video. There's knocking in the background, and she goes, okay, so I'm crazy, right? Is that what you think? Huh? Is it?
Baby is terrified. Hold on.
This was after I had my camera set up because I heard noises and had to wash some dishes. Okay. So, started off very aggressively. I'm crazy, right? The dog's freaking out. The dog's just sitting there like, hey. But then you go, okay, I'm hearing noises. You can hear them too, the knocking. I don't know if that's the noises we're referring to. Okay, I can hear noises. So I'm going to set my camera up instead of going to the noises or walking around. I'm going to set my camera up still, and then I'm gonna go do some dishes. What does that even mean? I heard some noises and had to wash some dishes. Okay, I think this right here is enough to say this is absolutely fake. The better way to do that would be to say, I had to wash some dishes, but I set my camera up while I was doing that because earlier I heard some noises and I wanted to see if I could catch more. You wouldn't say, I heard noises and I had to wash some dishes. So I left this here because those dishes got to get done. What dish is that important? That's fake. This is all fake. Okay, so the dog is at the end of the hallway. The door is rattling. We get the camera set up. this person is totally off doing dishes, and the door is jiggling. The shake. The shake of the screen, my God. You're freaking this dog out with all this nonsense. Also, the shake the shake of the screen. It seems like you maybe would hide a cut in there. I don't know. The door slams afterwards, so I don't know about that, but it does seem odd that this dog, like when something big happens, the dog running back. Oh, hold on. Wait. Good God, the shaking. Let's do this frame by frame with the dog running back when the shake happens. It's hard to see, I know, but there's the dog's like tail, and you can hear it running towards us. So we got a dog. We got a dog here. We're gonna go frame by frame. Oh, interesting. Sometimes there's not a dog in there, I think. I mean, I'm seeing a dog. I'm seeing the dog here, and then there's so many frames in here where I don't even see a dog in this frame. I mean, do you see a dog in that frame? I don't see a dog in that frame. I see no dogs in that frame. And then you get the second fizzy screen, and suddenly we've got dog sort of in this area fading into existence. There's a dog. At first I thought this was like a stretched out dog and these were like the glowy dog eyes, but no, that's the nightlight on the wall that's right here, phasing in and out. So maybe the dog is kind of here at this point, and then bang, dog. Like we got so much maybe a dog. I can tell there's a piano here. I can tell there's the thermostat. I can tell there's a door back there, and this is the nightlight and all of this, and then suddenly, one frame later, dog. So and we've got the zoom out again too. That has to be that filter, because now the filter is off, and we've gotten back to the original frame. If there's no dog, we're dogless, and then we get the second wave of filter, and suddenly, boom, dog returns. Our dog jumped through another dimension and popped out the other side clean.
I know. You're okay. You're okay. I know.
Wait. Okay. Let's just analyze this really quick. Okay, so this dog runs out. We're still in our frame. And then now there's a cut there. Okay, so you can make the argument that she came back, grabbed the phone, turned it off, and then started recording again to record the dog's, record the dog. But this thing was on. This looks to me like a chair arm, or like the arm of a couch, like a leather couch. And if this is, it seems like she's just sitting here. So this dog, the door slams, the dog running in. If she's just sitting in this chair, will that just, oh yeah, I know you're scared, aren't you? Like, she doesn't sound afraid at all.
I know. You're okay. You're okay. I know. God, I'm like shaking.
The woman says that she believes that the strange poltergeist activity started after she purchased an antique necklace at an estate sale.
Oh, we got a necklace.
She says she recently got rid of that necklace.
Ah, what? Well, then problem solved. What are we talking about? You got rid of the necklace. I mean, we found a cut. There was no dog in the hallway. So the dog jumped through time. We've got a time dog. These are pretty short and ridiculous. So we're just going to see I'm going to keep going down this line. And if we hit a wall, we'll switch to something else.
We do know for certain that 4 people have died in this house. 1 during the Great Depression. I haven't gotten the backstory on the other one. And then the other 2 were the previous owner's parents.
The house.
You haven't gotten the backstory on the other one. Well, then, wouldn't you need it to know for sure that that person died? Do you have a record that just says, 1 died in the Great Depression, another one died?
Look right here. Look right here. Right here. Look, watch. What is that? What is that? and it's just gone, bruh.
Okay, all right. Take it easy.
Bruh.
Bruh.
What is that? What is that?
He can't even hold it in himself. He's laughing his ass off because it's hilarious. It's a little guy.
Oh, some sort of little, I don't know what that thing is. Viewers have speculated that the figure could be anything from a mischievous troll to even some sort of small demon. But what do you think?
I think that this is definitely a man rifling through these shirts. I mean, look how hard he's. I mean, the whole rack is shit. He's ripping through these shirts. Look at that.
Bruh.
Damn.
What?
Okay, so then when you get the little guy,
What do you think?
It's there, and now it's not. It's there, and now it's not, bruh.
couple of things. That I'm not even going to entertain this as a debunk of anything real. But it's always suspicious when you're getting a recording of a recording. It's really funny when these channels try to try to sway your mind one way or the other, and it's this one is. Some people say it's a mischievous troll. That does look like a little mischievous troll, doesn't it? It's a mischievous troll, or it's a small demon. Either way, it phases out of reality and manipulates this guy's legs and things in the process. And it's a recording of a recording. It's not real.
In this next clip, a woman in Compton, California says that one night her front door Ring camera caught a very strange trespasser walking beside her house.
Okay, I think I've seen this one before. If this is the one I'm thinking of, I had it recorded into a video, but the spooky thing that happens down here on the bottom right, and my face was covering it, and I had recorded the whole thing before I started editing, and I got to that clip. If I think this is going to be the same thing, so here we're gonna do a little prediction thing. I've moved myself, so I'm not in the way, and there's like a little pumpkin head. If you've ever seen the movie Pumpkin, there's like a little alien or something that's like, meh, 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 meh. But it doesn't make any sense with like how the frames were. We'll watch it, but I think that's right. So I think this is where the stuff is going to happen. And last time, my face was covering it, so I had to scrap it. Yeah, that's what it was.
But the footage has been causing a stir in the alien subreddits.
No,
so, is this...
I'm not going to do it, but I guarantee if you go to the alien subreddits, then you find this, they're just going to be shitting all over it. And there's going to be like 400 posts that are like, oh, I actually saw this in 2012. This is old news. Okay, so I didn't realize this Nuke's Top 5 was going to... It doesn't have a number on it. It just says scary ghost videos from very haunted places. So I didn't realize we were just going to get, blasted with a bunch of short little clips like this. But it's kind of fun. So if you look at this one, this is clearly, right here, this is clearly like some kind of bucket that's hanging up. Or like a planter or something, but it's got, this is not a transparent object. You can't see through this. Yet he just walks through it. See? He's just in there now. So if the perspective is that this little pumpkin head guy is walking around down here on the ground by the car, this thing is up here, like on the porch. It's like up here with these other planters that are there. So he phases through an object that's closer to us, yet he's over here. It doesn't make any sense. They should have cut that before he got there. But it's stupid enough that I guess they figured anybody who would believe it would believe it. Also, this says from very haunted places. If it's an alien, is it haunted? Or is it an alien just sort of walk through your bucket? I don't know if that makes it haunted or not. I don't know if you can hear that. My cat Hot Dog is right outside the door. Hot Dog! Yeah, I don't know if that can be heard, so... Hang on. This is Hot Dog. Look. Yeah. See? He's all right. He hates when doors are shut, and I had my door shut, and he was making a bunch of noise, and I didn't know if it was picking it up. Instead of stopping the recording to go check and see if it was picking it up, I thought I'd just give him some love and throw his ass back out. This is Sir Spooks. Apparently, this was 4 weeks ago. I obviously hadn't made a video in a while, so I've been out of the loop on a lot of things, even though I usually watch older clips anyway. But let's see what he's been doing. God, it's so dramatic.
This next video comes to us from the TikTok account WV Paranormal.
Wow. I haven't gone to the TikTok yet. I just paused this right at the beginning with their, he advertised their TikTok. This video, Sir Spooks video, came out 4 weeks ago. But look at this. They've got almost 500,000 followers, 12.7 million likes, and they are following nobody else, and there's no bio. That's weird. Is that weird? I don't do the TikTok thing, but that seems like a lot of likes and a lot of followers to not follow anyone and have no bio. Is that weird? If you use TikTok, will you tell me if that's weird? I always look at stuff like that and wonder if it's weird. Tell me if it's weird.
At first, the camera captures nothing more than a quiet backyard with a swimming pool. Everything appears perfectly still. Then, without warning,
So he crab walks away after taking a sip.
a strange figure emerges from the darkness and slowly makes its way toward the edge of the pool. After reaching,
It doesn't look that strange, does it? It just sort of looks like a guy doing this and then walking up and presumably pretending to take a drink from this, because it doesn't sound like real drinking. But if this camera has audio, then it's him pretending to, because you wouldn't drink a bunch of, well, maybe, I mean, I would think that pool has chemicals in it. Maybe not.
on the rim and pauses for a moment, almost as if it's looking around the yard.
No,
Then,
it's looking into the pool and taking a drink. It's not looking around the Sir Spooks is so silly. You can hear him drinking.
Its posture and movements don't immediately resemble the way most people would normally walk, making the footage all the more unsettling. Given the distance and the limitations of the night vision camera, it's entirely possible the figure is simply a person.
It's not a night vision camera. This is a light off screen blasting this pool. And then this over here, if it was a night vision camera, all of this would be visible because it's night. If it is a night vision camera, it's not on night vision mode right here. And that's why they have a light blasting the pool, so they can see just enough for someone to walk like a crab up to this edge of the pool, do a little spooky thing, and then walk back like a crab. And there's because of how dark it is, and this is so overblown with light over here, there's so much artifact. They just gonna look like they fade into the night. It's really simple. I mean, it's not like a crazy huge practical effect. It's literally just lighting. You just put a big light over here. It's dark over here, and you walk in and out. It's pretty simple. This is not this could be a night vision camera, but it's not on night vision mode. So that Sir Spook's saying that's a bit silly. Yeah, I think it's either a person who comes up out of the dark, acting all creepy and does a thing, or it's a really cool like visual effect that they've done in post, because when it bends over to go to like take a drink from the pool, it does look a little bit animated, but I'm willing to bet it's just a person.
Was this simply someone wandering into the yard in the middle of the night, or did the camera capture something far more unusual?
See, I hate that. These top 5 channels don't have to take any accountability for anything that they say or ask or do, because they're simply presenting you with the clip. But when they say, is this just someone wandering through the dark who does something weird, or did they capture something sinister or more paranormal? Totally don't ask the question of, or did they fake this to make a spooky video. If it's not paranormal, it must be a maniac in the dark. Or did they catch a ghost? What about all the other things?
This next video was uploaded to YouTube back in July of 2009 and was reportedly filmed in Belém, Pará, Brazil. According to the uploader, he was home alone with nothing to do, so he began taking a few photos around the house before eventually deciding to record some video instead.
That already doesn't make any sense. You're alone, you're bored, so you start to take some photos. Okay, fine, sure, that's all right. But he suddenly got bored, so now we're recording video. And just so happens, while we're recording video, something unexplainable, something unexpected is going to happen. There's always that argument of like people going, if you saw Bigfoot, why didn't you take your phone out and record it? And then you get these videos where it's like, I just had my phone out and something happened. I never trust the so I just started recording in my house. Like, okay, I always try to think about like a benefit of the doubt situation. So if you could just really like videoing things. People love doing photography, people love taking pictures and videos and all kinds of things. But just think about you as the average person. How often do you go, man, I'm bored. I'm just going to walk around the house recording video. That doesn't happen. And so all of these videos that are just like, so I started recording. I was bored. And guess what happened? That's not enough, man. It's just not enough.
On October 1st, 2025, a TikTok user known as FabbyKme, they experienced something deeply unsettling inside their home. The uploader explains that while sitting in the house one day, they suddenly heard what sounded like their alarm going off. They believed the sound was coming from what is known in paranormal folklore as a mimic.
Holy fuck, Sir Spooks. Jesus Christ. Did he stick that image in there, or did they stick that image in there? That was incredible. A key thing that he said there that is really important to listen to if you're going to take whatever this is about to be seriously. He said paranormal folklore. Mimics are folklore. They are not real. You don't it's the same as like the skinwalker thing. Like everybody, for some reason the internet loves a skinwalker, but it's just folklore. And this is crazy. If Sir Spooks did this, to put this image into your brain before you watch a video where you're not going to see anything like this is brilliant, but also evil. I mean, come on.
Take a look. If you look carefully toward the upper right corner of the doorway, you can make out what appears to be a tall, dark figure.
Okay, I don't know what this is, but it could be something like a stepladder or something that someone is standing on. There could be a chair behind here. This is somebody standing up here poking something around the corner.
It's positioned in the doorway. A hoax can't be ruled out. Whether the uploader really encountered something unexplained or simply created a convincing...
That's the whole video? Really? Oh my god, these are horrible. These have all been so lame. You go, no, I don't have my phone in the other room. Can't you tell? I'm recording with it. Oh, it's crazy. I shouldn't even have to say that it's possible that there's two phones in this house. And if it's an alarm tone, you can actually set those. You set them to go off at a specific time. So you jam it in the other room, and you have somebody up here standing on whatever this is with something to poke out, and you wait for the alarm to go off. Okay, we're doing a Depths of Despair. I'm sticking on a Depths of Despair, and then I got to be done with this because it's very late, and I'm very tired. And these are nonsense.
The following video was captured on July 22nd of 2026. Her mother had been experiencing strange things inside her house, and her daughter had moved out not too long ago, and her old bedroom was now unused. So she decided to leave the security camera inside it to see if anything strange happens.
This is heinous. Am I crazy? I'm not even talking about the what's going to obviously be fake ghost video. That's wild. I mean, I will say this. It looks like they've done a good job of plugging this in and then rerouting the cable to maybe go around and come up and power this. I can't get around that. That's crazy. I get it. You mean you want to put the TV close so you can just chill in bed and watch TV. I'm not knocking it. I'm not. That's just. Have you ever seen that? I've never seen that. You know, normally it would just be roink up against the wall over there. It's too far. Okay.
One day she goes in to collect something from the closet when this happens.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Daniel? We get it. There's no one in there. Yeah, I'll just look through all. Just check everything, though. I'll just check all the shirts. Nope, nothing.
While leaving, the closet door opens slightly on its own, but she finds nothing strange inside. Then something falls down, scaring her out of the room.
I've demonstrated this in a different video about how you can open a door off camera. So you could be laying down here. You could even be out here with something to pull, and this TV is now blocking the whole doorway. That TV is suspicious to me. I keep going back to that TV, but wait. Again, I'm not knocking it. It could be shoved up. That could be how they like to have their TV. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, for the purposes of a ghost video, it blocking the doorway, it's bothering me. Again, very nice cable. The cable is out of the way. If they had just had this cable stretched across the floor over here, it would drive me insane. But the cable is the only thing saving this TV.
I just really wanted to address this comment because it has come up a lot, besides the fact that the doors are broken and they're bifold doors, and they do that. These doors don't just pop open all the time on their own. I
know they don't.
That they're bifold doors and they're spring-loaded, and that can happen. But it doesn't happen all the time.
You almost debunk yourself with that sentence. They are spring-loaded doors, and it does happen, but it doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, I know that. The point of the video is that it's spooky that it happened, meaning it doesn't happen all the time. But you just admitted that it can happen?
Like, look, I've been standing here forever and nothing's happening. Like, they don't just pop open. So anyways, I did want to address this comment, so I'm just going to show you.
I'm showing you, I'm standing here right now and they're not opening, okay? My husband's at work. We don't have time to pull strings and knock things around.
So I'm opening this side just like I did the day when I was grabbing my bag and some clothes out of there. If you look up on the shelf, there is...
Open the other side. Open the side that... If she doesn't open the side that caused the problem, I'm going to lose my mind.
Sewing basket, it is right flush up against that back wall. I just want to show you the distance between the door, the closet door,
okay,
and that shelf.
I was about to lose my mind.
Tell me how this door that is that far away from the shelf, like that far away from the shelf, clipped that and pulled it down.
Even if the closet was explainable, she has been experiencing paranormal events inside her house since 2018. Back in 2020, when her daughter was using this bedroom, which is actually located in the basement.
This was when my daughter lived at home, and the downstairs basement bedroom was where she slept. We had the camera in there because she had been experiencing creepy stuff.
I love that all the paranormal activity that's been happening that I've seen, apparently there's loads of videos, is just like stuff dropping out of the tops of closets. So you guys are getting really good at that one. I love the idea of running away because you found no one in the closet. The ball dropped out of the closet. The spherical ball dropped off the shelf. It rolled. And when I checked, there was no one there. Ooh. Can you imagine if there was someone there? Oh, God damn it. The mimic. These mimic things, man. What the hell?
On July 27th of 2026, a mother was in her room late at night when all of her kids were fast asleep. But she swore she could hear a faint voice calling out to her. So she goes and checks her kid's bedroom and sees they are asleep.
Okay, hold on. I'm not stopping here. Those are her kids, and I'm not doing something with kids. Okay. That last one, it's not a real ghost, and it's not a mimic, and I don't like when people use their children in videos. So we're gonna see what Bizarre Bub is doing. One more video. I just want to do one more.
A group of house cleaners arrived to a house, unaware that they would encounter something very unsettling while cleaning up this place. The person who lives here had just inherited this property from someone who had a hoarding problem. Recorded by one of the cleaners, this video was taken just moments before they all started to scream.
Recorded by one of the cleaners? We're censoring the company car. Sounded like laughing at the end.
According to Katie, one of the cleaners, this place was not what it seemed in the photos that were sent by the owner.
She sent some pictures of the house. Didn't look like it was going to be that bad or that hard a job. So I immediately take out my phone and start filming.
Little did Katie know that while filming, this would happen. Take a look.
Oh my God, it's no good. It actually comes towards us.
It already did come towards you.
Really?
Don't move that.
While filming the condition of this house, a ride-on play toy begins to move on its own.
A ride-on play toy? Is it suspicious at all that old Tommy Train over here moves almost identically with this person's hand and bag, and then we get the freak out? I've gone back and forth. I can't find any like string that I can see, but if you had something tied to this bag, it would take it a second. Like if you had slack in the line, you would start doing the turn, like they're starting to do the turn here, and this isn't moving, and then suddenly once you've pulled slack, now you've pulled slack, and boom, 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 boom. And then you get the freak out. You get a bunch of unimpressive screaming and acting. But now we don't have that bag anymore on screen. Potentially that person that's clamoring around in the back, and maybe this is still sort of attached to that bag.
Don't move that.
So we can see the hand with the bag sort of moving at the same time earlier, and then the freak out happens. That person seems to run behind the camera. And then here, down here, you can see right before old Tommy Train moves again, there's a shadow down here. Right before, see the shadow come in? And then he moves. The shadow's here. So I think it's like a movement behind camera over to get him to turn this way. The light difference over here too, meaning somebody is, in my opinion, I'm not there obviously, but I really don't think you can argue with the movement of that hand and Tommy Train. But the shadow is suspicious here, and then it moves. Then you have the not so convincing freak out.
After thinking that this may have been a battery-powered car, they look back at the footage to confirm this. However, while rewatching, they notice something pretty chilling.
What? That could have just been recorded after. But also, I don't think it's a battery. Actually, this shows, because the only thing that was making me think that maybe couldn't have been the hand with the handbag turning it was that maybe it might be a little too heavy for that. This isn't. The fact that it's not battery powered and it's such thin plastic, you could move that with a string on your bag. That debunks it being a battery operated thing. But it doesn't debunk that they moved it. It actually shows that it's very light.
Is entirely made of plastic. No battery or motorized components appear to be seen here. If no power source had caused...
But also we get those clips out of context, so they could have pulled it first and they could have flipped it on its side and been like, look, this is footage from earlier. See, there's no battery. And then set it up to do the thing. That could have happened in any order. But at the end of the day, it's being pulled by a string, I think, on that bag or that person's hand or something on them, because it happens at the same time.
And a few days later, the owner reaches out again.
We told her that we would be willing to come back, but only under 3 conditions. The first being that we needed to come back. Second, that the Thomas the Tank Engine toy would absolutely not be in the house. That she agreed to all of our conditions.
On the second day back, this happened.
That conversation didn't happen. You know what I mean? You didn't call them and say, hey, we just couldn't handle it in there. Normally, Bizarre Bub will put in their little, whether this was from a TikTok or a YouTube video or something, or Facebook, and then you can like reference it to look at it. I was going to do it. I didn't want to. And if there's no, I'm not going to. No, fine. Okay, I'm not joking. I don't know how long I searched, but I couldn't find this. Whether it's a TikTok or a Facebook or whatever. I'd like to dig through it. But because Bizarre Bub cuts around things, and I would assume he cuts around the conditions of them not coming back just to get to the good stuff. However, I like to hear it all and put it all together, but I couldn't find it, so we're just gonna keep watching for now.
Only under 3 conditions. The first being that we needed to come back. Second, that the Thomas the Tank Engine toy would absolutely not be in the house. That she agreed to all of our conditions, and so we returned to the job.
On the second day back,
So you only get the Thomas the Train condition out of that because it's edited around it, which I don't love.
Come here.
But of course it's there. It's still there. It's gonna be there because they faked it. It's not a real thing that they called someone to be like, oh, you got to get this thing out of here. And what's really funny, I'm jumping too quickly because we haven't seen yet. But what's really funny to me is the idea that somebody came, was like, all right, I'll remove the Thomas the Train thing so you guys can come back and work. And then they show up and he's in the backyard, like he's come all the way across town.
Get out. You have to burn that thing. And then
You never see anyone off past this point. Someone could be just over there with a string, yanking on it. They're inside, looking down on it this way, and it rolls this way, and we never get to see the opposite way.
There's something else that Katie recorded on her second day at this place, and it's something that's left her even more spooked. As she states, she was recording the mantle area because of something she saw in the photos that were sent by the owner. Take a look.
Like in the pictures she originally sent us when we were doing the first estimate, there was a picture of a photo album. And in the album, there's a picture of a child. I'm obviously gonna post the pictures above, the face blurred, of course, but you can see the kid on it.
Look carefully when I take the video of the mantle. There are these blue bowls stacked up, and in those bowls are some Polaroid pictures. And if you look really closely, you can see that in the pictures is the Thomas train that we keep seeing move.
So?
And on this Thomas train is a boy. I don't know anything about him. I don't know who he is.
Okay. So? You don't know anything about him? You don't know who he is? So, okay. It's end of story. What are you talking about?
The owner didn't tell us anything about him.
Why would the owner tell you anything about him? Why would the owner tell you, the cleaning service, about the boy in the Polaroid photo? First of all, the conversation of get the Thomas the Train thing out of here didn't happen. It never happened. And to say, well, the owner didn't mention it. Okay, so let's say that conversation did happen. So the owner is like, oh yeah, I'll totally get rid of it. Comes and gets rid of it. This is the narrative that they're spinning. They have a conversation. Owner comes and gets rid of the Thomas the Train thing so the cleaners can do their job. They look outside. Thomas the Train has traveled all the way across the countryside to come back and just sort of go bloop. So what is the narrative that she never mentioned? They never mentioned that the little boy to me. They never mentioned it. Well, so if they did mention it, if they had mentioned it, what would that have looked like? Oh, you didn't see those Polaroids, did you? That was little Billy Jarvis. He died. They're about to do a whole dead kid thing. I'm not going to go on a whole rant about how that is immoral and not cool, really, because ultimately talking about a fake dead kid, who cares, I guess. But when you're doing it for like clicks and views and stuff, and you go, oh, you see this kid, this real kid, we're going to blur this real person out. You can still see part of them. They died. Just so you can like get a little extra internet clout. Stinky and weird, but also just it doesn't make sense for them to have told the cleaners anything about a child at all.
And her suspicion is that the boy had passed away, given...
Her suspicion is that the boy had passed away. Why? Why is that your suspicion? Because he was a boy in the photo and he doesn't have this now? The photo is a Polaroid. Presumably he's a grown man. Why would he want that?
Now, of course, this is just a theory she has. There doesn't seem to be any evidence to prove that whoever this was had passed away and therefore been responsible for the toys movement. But one night, a phone call regarding this whole situation...
This is so long. There keeps being a but. And every but we get, like every addition to the story is still nothing. My God.
Hello.
Hi, this is Katie.
You know, your phone is cutting up a little bit the whole time we were talking.
There's so much is edited out of this.
Too, because that was his train. And
that was his train.
Yes, and so when you told me that, and then I saw what you were talking about, I don't know what to think.
After the whole spiel about how we can't prove that this kid is dead, we know for a fact that this is the owner on the other line. The screen is black. You can't see a name. They didn't even like fake put a name in there and have it on screen.
Nephew moving the train?
Well, you know, anything can happen. I don't know what to say. I mean, okay, have a good night.
Thanks, you too, Sandra.
So much was edited out of that phone call.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
As it turns out, the homeowner's nephew had passed away.
Okay. It is currently 3:35, and I have to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna finish this little video, and then we're done.
It's unknown as to how he passed, but considering that this was the house that he lived in before his aunt took over the property, it's no surprise to see his stuff still lying around. And to make this even more strange, the owner had sent Katie a video of something she recorded a few weeks back after taking over the place.
But see, they already did a whole thing about how it was just a theory, and there's no evidence to prove that a kid had died. And to be like, what if it's true? It's no wonder all of his stuff was left around. Look how much bullshit is all over this house. I mean, look at all this shit. There's so much crap just laying around. There's so much crap just laying around. To say, look at all the stuff that was left there in a house that was someone who was a hoarder's house is ridiculous. Who knows where any of this shit came from, especially if they're a hoarder, and if it is an actual kid's toy. We've already said there's no evidence to prove that anyone died, and now we got this off-screen phone call. It's so annoying. I hate when they spin the dead kid thing, because you can never tie it back. You can never figure it out. Sent to Katie from the owner. That's the dead kid. That's the dead kid that we've now spun into a story, opening that door from off camera. When closing it.
A mini door on this playset can be seen opening on its own before somehow shutting by itself. Seeing this video and all the other activity that happened before, could it be that the owner's nephew had actually been present at this place?
That is so inappropriate and stupid. Okay, I'm done. I know this is not a big. This isn't a big grand slam of a million debunks and demonstrations and things. I just had to put something out. I've been away for a while, been in the process of moving and doing a whole bunch of stuff. As you can see, there's a different sort of background here. But I will be making more videos. I will be doing more in-depth things. I just wanted to power through a bunch of them just to put something out. I haven't put anything out in a while, and this was fun. It's always very annoying, but it is fun, and some of them are very funny. This one is just so ridiculous, and I'm done. So, don't get scammed.